Okay, and now for our first pterodactyl. As you can see, we'll be using two 260s. These are fashion turquoise blue. They look pretty blue on the camera there. And then you can see I've got one blown up with about a 4-inch tail left uninflated. One has got about an inch left uninflated on it. And then I've chosen lime green for the eyes on this one just to be different. I've blown this up to about 1.5 inches in diameter. We're going to start with the shorter of our 260s, that is the one with the longer tail. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the head. So you're going to make about 1.5 inch to 2-inch bubble. Then we're going to make 2 more bubbles the same size or thereabouts. So you've got 3 bubbles like that. Take the second 2 bubbles, bubbles 2 and 3, lock them together, making a fold twist. This is going to be the pterodactyl's head. This is that thing that sticks out the back of his head. Now we're going to make 2 really small fold twists, using about 1.5 inches or so a bubble. Just like that. And position 1 on either side of his head there. Just like that. Now we're going to take that green 5-inch round and go ahead and make his eyes to hold his head together and get it complete. Take that, divide that into 2 equal bubbles with a knot in the middle. We're going to take that and come from under his head, bring him up 1 on either side and cross him over on the top. Just like that. Cross him over to lock him in place. And there's your pterodactyl's head. This is his mouth, and that's that point sticking out the back of his head. It's almost like a dog with cheeks with his ears turned facing that way. Just like that. Now we're going to make his body. We're going to make a little short neck, about 1.5 inches. Then we're going to make a small round bubble and make it a pinch twist. Just like that. And we're going to make about a 3-inch bubble. And then make another small round bubble to be a pinch twist. And we're going to complete his body by making this a bird body, so we're going to make a bubble the same size, 2 more the same size as this to go up to that and back to here. We'll make our first one. Twist it into the front pinch twist. Our second one. And we're going to twist it into the back pinch twist. What's left over becomes his tail. Shape it however you like. That's the body of our pterodactyl. Now we're going to set that aside for a moment. We're going to take our second 260, the one that had a short tail on the end. I'm going to give it a good squeeze to soften it. Let's fold it in half and squeeze. You can see how that extended it out, and that made that balloon quite a bit softer, easier to work with. And I'm going to take the 2 ends, the nozzle and the nipple, and I'm going to tie them to make this one giant circle. Trim that excess. So now I've got just basically a large circle balloon here. What I want to do is take that, find the middle of the other end, and then twist that to make 2 large, pretty much equal bubbles there. Now it doesn't matter which end, obviously, but I'm going to take one of the spots where it's joined, and I'm going to come back to the tail, and I'm going to bring this up to that pinch twist, and then spin it around once or twice to lock it in place. So now it's attached there. Then I'm going to bring the other twist, and I'm going to come up to the shoulders, and I'm going to push that up in where that pinch twist is there to lock it into the front. And obviously you can't spin it around, so I'm going to take his head and just swing it around through one of the wings, bring it back out the other side. And you can do both wings if you want. It'll help lock it down a little better. To lock that in place. Okay. And what you'll want to do to get him to straighten up and fly right, you'll take the pinch twist that's under his head and leave it just under his head. And then I'll put the pinch twist for the tail up on top to push his tail down. Now he's got sort of round wings. You could leave them that way if you wanted, or you can give him little bends, but this is what I like to do for this guy. On each wing, I'm going to start with this one, and you're going to come out. If you visualize it here, you can see the width of it. Come out to about halfway out there. And put a twist in it just by holding one half and spinning that around. And then you're going to come here on what you have left. You're going to come out where this makes this bend at about, not quite to the end, about here. And we're going to do the same thing out here. And now you can see how that wing is taking a lot more shape. And we're going to repeat the process on the other side. Try to get them about the same size. And come out here. Do the same thing. Straighten them up again a little bit. And you can see how much, there we go. It helps too. It's not quite line that up. When you make his body, if you'll put the two bubbles on top and the one for his belly underneath, it kind of sits a little better. Now you can see how much better his wings are looking. The last thing that I like to do with these is I'll take each bubble, I'll pinch the twist in like I'm going to make a heart, and squeeze it a little bit, and this gives his wings a little more shape. And gives him quite a bit more character. Let's draw some eyes and nostrils on here as always. And there is your first pterodactyl.